It's 3 a.m. You have a massive deadline looming. The panic is setting in, and your head finally hits the books in pure exhaustion. We have a deep-seated habit of forcing ourselves to stay awake in these moments. We assume that putting in 2 more hours of continuous reading will translate directly into a higher grade. But pushing a tired mind actually creates a padlock effect. When you try to force data into an exhausted brain, the information simply bounces off instead of soaking in. This reveals a strange reality about how our minds work. The actual process of turning what you see into something you'll actually remember for the long haul happens only when your brain is completely at rest. Pushing through your natural exhaustion actively sabotages your memory. By denying yourself rest, that late-night cram session becomes a guaranteed recipe for forgetting everything you've read. To work with your biology instead of against it, you have to use what researchers call spaced repetition. Take a look at how your cells react to learning. When you allow time between study sessions, your brain builds a fatty, insulating layer around your nerve cells. As you take breaks, that insulation gets thicker, meaning electrical signals, your actual memories, can travel much faster. Think of it like taking a bumpy rural dirt path and upgrading it into a smooth, freshly paved, high-speed highway. Without these deliberate breaks away from your desk, those brain pathways stay rough and inefficient. Then it's time to take your test, recalling the answers becomes a painfully slow process. Spacing out your study sessions gives your brain the quiet environment it needs to physically pave these high-speed data routes. Let's give you a micro break right now to lower the load on your brain. Drop the name of your hardest subject down in the comments. That little pause is a tiny version of wakeful rest. This is the practice of taking 10 or 15 minutes to do absolutely nothing. No phone, no reading, just staring at a wall or taking a quiet walk. Your brain uses downtime to organize raw information. It's like a digital desktop. After studying, new knowledge resembles disorganized files scattered everywhere. While you rest, your automatic filing system groups related concepts into neat, labeled folders to find them later. Giving yourself this quiet rest is the biological equivalent of hitting save. If you jump straight from your textbooks into another high-energy task, all of that raw, unorganized information simply vanishes. Then there is sleep. We often treat sleep as a luxury or a treat we reward ourselves with only after the real work is finished. But your brain is incredibly busy while you sleep. Think of the individual facts you read today as disconnected puzzle pieces floating in your mind. Overnight, your brain physically welds those new concepts to existing knowledge, locking the pieces together into long-term storage. When you trade 3 hours of sleep for 3 extra hours of studying, you are interrupting the exact process that makes your memories permanent. Sleep is the final construction phase of your study routine. When you cut out sleep, you are cutting out the time your brain needs to finish building your memories, leaving you with gaps in your knowledge the next morning. When you look at how the brain actually functions, you realize that cramming is a fundamental mismanagement of your biological resources. Studying all night without sleeping is like paying a crew to build walls, then firing them before they attach the roof. The structure simply collapses. Spacing out your review times, taking quiet walks to let your mind wander, and getting a full night of sleep are the mandatory requirements for success. They aren't optional rewards for finishing your work. Understanding how you learn requires you to embrace this paradox. To actually learn more and remember it tomorrow, you have to give yourself permission to do less today.